It is scary that some jobs are tied to a particular tool that's very important and essential in performing that job, but we overlook it. We spend so much time perfecting other skills that are still very important, but ignore this tool that is necessary to perform the rest of the skills that we mastered. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Elhan. I'm an interpreter and children's author. The tool that I would like to speak about today is essential in my work and the work of many other interpreters, and that is our voices. Yes, we spend so much time working on strengthening our memory or how to take our notes or perfecting our languages, which are all very, very important and essential in our jobs. But imagine if you do not have your voice to perform these tasks. What's going to happen? From experience, there were days where I had to cancel assignments because I had no voice. I've really learned it the hard way. So I'm here to share with you my experience and tell you how to take care of this very important tool that we have as interpreters, and I'm sure some other professions depend on it as well. So my journey started a few years ago when I caught a cold, and then time went by, and as my voice was starting to get better, it would get worse again. I never had issues growing up or even when I was younger in my 20s, so I didn't give it much of a thought. But after the passing of a few months, I saw that this problem was recurring, me losing my voice, and I had to take many days off. So what I did was contact my ENT specialist and book an appointment with her and go and have a look at my vocal cords. Luckily, there was nothing wrong with them anatomically. Lots of tests were done. The conclusion was that I just need to take care of them. A worksheet was given to me to take care of my voice. So one of the things that my ENT specialist told me was to hydrate my voice. Make sure there is enough water in my system to keep the vocal cords hydrated. And since I've been applying that advice, even when I catch a cold, my voice does not get affected if I'm taking care of the amount of water intake that goes into my body, and not just the water intake, because sometimes, I'm sure many of you have experienced that, we drink a lot of water, but we still feel that the hydration is not there in every cell of our body, and we're still thirsty, even though we've been drinking water. So what I have been doing to make sure that there is enough hydration in my body is to use electrolytes that I just add to my water and drink it. You know, sometimes you get these episodes of feeling so thirsty and you keep on drinking water and you're like, that thirst is still there. When I get that feeling after 2 glasses of water and I'm still thirsty, that's when I take the electrolytes, or after a long day of speaking, I make sure that I take my electrolytes after exercise, but that's another domain and you can go to the specialists in that field. I'm talking merely from the point of view and an experience of an interpreter. Disclaimer, I'm not a specialist in vocal cords. I'm someone who suffered from the loss of her voice when she needed it the most in her job. Unfortunately, I've been a picky eater since I was very young. So when it came to electrolytes, it wasn't easy for me to pick a brand that I liked its taste. But the brand that I landed on and I feel comfortable with taste-wise and feeling-wise afterwards in terms of the thirst going away has been Organica. It comes in different flavors. I like the packet with the different flavors in it. You don't get bored from the one taste and your thirst is quenched afterwards. I'll drop you the link in the comments section below, and you can try it out if you're interested. Another thing that I have been doing to help my voice, and again, that was from my personal research that I've done, was to speak in a little bit of a higher pitch. Now, that's not easy for me to remember all the time, but you can give it a try right now. When you speak at a lower pitch like this, and it's a more serious sound or voice maybe, you feel your vocal cords vibrating. But when you speak in a higher pitch like this, you feel that there is less burden on the vocal cords. Now, it's not easy to do that. You might sound funny. Yes, I know. But when it's possible, try and do it. Find a tone that's comfortable to you and stick with it if you can. It's all practice. I haven't perfected it yet, but I have it in my mind and I try to implement it as soon as I remember that my voice is tired. Next tip is take breaks. Our vocal cords, like any other part of our body, need some break. As simple as that. Just give it the break it needs. In addition to hydrating them with regular water and electrolytes, hot beverages have helped me as well. Just don't burn them. Hot enough that you can tolerate it between hot and warm, so that that area gets soothed and calm and all of that nice feelings. You know what I'm trying to say. We are very lucky to have lots of tools that would not require of us to raise our voices. So I use this kind of headset with this mic. I feel it's very good. You tell me you're hearing me. I've never had any complaints from the people I talk to them. It has a very good noise cancellation as well, catches my voice very well, and then cancels the background noises as well. So I can drop the link in the comment section below and you can check it out as well. For an over-the-phone interpreter, the quality of the sound is everything. They cannot see me. They cannot see my facial expressions. They cannot see my lip movements. All they are relying on is my voice and how clear it gets to them. So that needs to be working well. And I need, as an interpreter, to make sure that this is happening with the minimal amount of pressure on those amazing vocal cords that have been accompanying me all these years. There are lots of exercises as well that we can do to strengthen our vocal cords. Now, that's something that we need to remember doing. If you can include it in your daily routine before the start of a session, after the end of a session, to do some warm-ups and cool downs, that would be perfect. I've taken some voice lessons when I was much younger, and I remember some of those exercises and I apply them, but not necessarily during my interpreting time. That's what I need to be doing. I'm gonna add some links to some YouTube videos that teach how to exercise your voice. There are some things that irritate our vocal cords. It might be different from person to person, but some things are universal. You tell me, what are some of the things that might irritate your vocal cords? To me, sometimes spicy food can irritate my voice, especially if it's about, like if I'm in the midst of a cold or if it's about to get worse and I have spices or some things like vinegar, lemon, I could lose it the next day. So I need to be really careful about what irritates my voice. To some people, it's caffeine. I haven't noticed that with myself, but it does make sense when caffeine increases the dehydration in the body. So the bottom line is you need to find out what works for you to strengthen your vocal cords and what does not work for you. And it might not be a one-size-fits-all thing. Now, the last thing is what was really interesting to me when my ENT specialist referred me to an osteopath. I could not believe it. She said, it could be your posture. I would like an osteopath to evaluate you and see if there is anything in your posture that needs to be changed, if there is anything in your bones and muscles that need to be straightened up or fixed. So do visit a specialist if you're suffering from any issues with your vocal cords and see if they recommend you visiting another specialist. I love it when specialists collaborate like this and refer people and patients to each other because they know this is not in the scope of my specialty. I checked this patient's vocal cords from every aspect. She checked my ears and there was nothing wrong. So she thought, okay, I'm seeing your posture. It's a little bit out of line. Let's see what an osteopath has to say about that. Keep that in mind. You might not need it, but just keep it in mind. So to sum things up, yes, note-taking matters. Of course, memory training matters. Of course, being proficient in 2 languages or more, if you're an interpreter in them, do matter. But our voices as interpreters, see the high pitch over there? Our voices are that bridge between meaning and understanding. Without our voices, all the preparation in the world, all the skills we have will remain locked up and will not be revealed to the world. If we would like to be in service to others, we need to take care of ourselves. So that's why taking care of our voices are one of the most important investments we can do as interpreters. Share with me an incident you might have had because you lost your voice or because your voice was substantial and ear-catching and they wanted you for your voice. Share your story in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and see you next time.